Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. We're doing the drivers meeting right now, so then we'll be getting started. Bristol in the midgets, Bristol in the non-wing sprint cars. So we'll see what happens. Good to be back. Haven't been on all week long. It's been a crazy week. Crazy week. Just insane. I don't know how else to say it. It's been an insane week. So, how many cars we got? 1, 2, 6, 7. So we only got 18 cars tonight, which is not going to surprise me, considering with the being Bristol. A lot of people don't like Bristol, especially in the midgets. All right. Oh crap! I forgot my race labs. All right, let's try that again. Okay. What the hell is wrong with this thing? What is wrong? Did my steering wheel not get calibrated on this car? Nope, it didn't. That's the problem. My Thrustmaster software keeps reverting it back to 900 degrees, and so I've been having to recalibrate all these wheels. Honestly, 1080 or 900, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. If mine is at least 900, it's fine. So I just have to recalibrate it. But every time I switch to the 1080, when my computer restarts, it goes back to 900. I don't know why. So I just said screw it and left it, and I've been having to recalibrate everything. That's better. Car's not twitchy now. Whoa! I got this setup from Jake. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what timesheet you're looking at, Bruce. Oh yeah, sorting it the wrong way. I do need to... It's got a little... What's up, Blake? Baseball has been long. The last couple nights have been long, man. It's good. I mean, it's good for my son. I'm glad he's getting to play this year. He loves it. He's happy, and I think team sports is one of the best things that any kid can do. But it's just screwing up my world right now. That's all. So I'm just having to try to adapt and adjust to everything right now on the fly, and can't do that. So, but yeah, it was good. That thing wants to shoot right up to that wall if I hit that line wrong. Ah, ran out of fuel. I actually think my... Welcome to my world, Jake. I've been getting my ass beat by my own setups for a year now. Yeah, it's great. I think it's that thing. I think I need that off. That centering spring, I don't like the way that feels. Yeah, dude, you're right, Concrete. I am right now with my wife starting her new job and her new schedule. Right now, I'm losing 20 hours a week of time that I'm losing. Taking my kids back and forth to school, taking my son to baseball practice and stuff like that. It's coming out to almost 20 hours a week. It's crazy because my drive is like 20 to 25 minutes to the school. So I have to take my daughter Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 5:30 in the morning my time. And so that's like 45 minutes there. Then I have to take my son at 7:30 my time. There's another 45 minutes to an hour there. Then I have to pick my son up in the afternoon, which is like another 45 minutes to an hour. It's more like an hour at that point because there's so much more traffic. Then he's got baseball practice, and his baseball practice is like an hour and 45 minutes. And so I'm just losing like 3 to 4 hours a day. And trying to get everything done and do all that, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. I never thought, I was telling my daughter today when we were driving to school, I was like, I never thought that I would long for the days, a couple weeks ago, where when I would get 4.5 to 5 hours of sleep at a night, like I was like, whew, like I miss those days. I miss them a lot. So now I'm getting like 3.5 hours. Like I'm having to get up even earlier than I did before. I want to see what line that I ran there on my fastest lap. Just bottom. Yep, good luck. So yeah, it's been crazy. But you know what? Like I said, it's worth it. Stuff we do for our kids, man. And luckily, you know, I have this business to where I can do that stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's good. It's nice that I get to do that stuff. So, alright, so we are going to run a swing lap on lap number 1 and build up as much speed as possible because this gear is so tall. Made it to the championship. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Making it to the championship. That's really cool. That's what I did, was go bottom 1 and 2. I should have went above the slick. Take that out, but I want to... I don't know if I want to take that. I think I'm going to take that out. Now I will be live streaming tomorrow night. At least I think I'll be live streaming tomorrow night. Yes, I will be live streaming tomorrow night because I'm going to run the NIS race, which is tomorrow night. So I'll be live streaming tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to run that race and I'm going to live stream it. So I'll be back tomorrow night for that. I think I'm going to be doing, I think Friday nights I'm going to be doing the NIS race. I think that's the plan. Yep, good luck. What the hell? Why is this thing glitching so bad? Where am I? Heat 3, spot 3. Do we have a... Need to make sure we don't have a hot shoe. I don't think we do. We had one last night. Or no, 2 nights ago. In the late models. Let's see. Jared. And Jared. You guys know Jared has the hot shoe rule tonight. He won last week at Eldora and won the week before at Cedar Lake. Yep. I need to let him know that. I was gonna say, I thought you got second at Eldora. Yeah, nice run, Jake. Just, what does it take 5 laps to get up to speed or something? Is that the key with that gear, getting it wound up? Yeah, you have no pull. Yeah. Oh, okay. You ran 5? Okay. Probably around that, yeah. Your line and track state are going to have a big effect on that. What's up, Lane? Lane, you still running Winter Nationals, man? You're still running. I want to know, because I'm going to go. If you're going to run there, I'm going to be there, man. Yeah, good luck, Kale. Good luck, Zach. Slow and smooth. Smooth is fast, buddy. This track, though, dude, the TV, you're like so high, there's not really a good camera view. Oh, yeah, West Coast Nationals, yeah. Yeah, let me know, man. Because if you're running, I want to go. Yeah. Get him, Zach. These cameras are pretty cool. I like these ones. No! No! Bummer. That sucks. Pep, I missed you guys last night at the big blocks. I would have loved to have been at the big block race. I feel you, Lane. I need to take a break too. Yep, good luck. Yeah, Lane. That would be nice, but... You know, I just had a long break when I went to Mexico, man. I had a break. And the thing is while I took that break, the entire time, I spent most of that time, when I wasn't out doing stuff with my family, I spent a lot of that time thinking of all the stuff I could be doing with SSR and narc and stuff like that. I just thought about how I wished I was back home, all the cool stuff I could do. I'm one of those people that, like, when I take a break, I have to feel like I've earned it. Like, if I... So, 3 days ago... Yeah, I believe you're right on that, Bruce. I think it, like, kicks back up when we go under green or something. Like, 3 days ago, I overslept. I didn't wake up till like 5 a.m. And I felt like crap the whole day. Like, I was like legitimately ticked off that I overslept an hour and a half, and it was because the day before I wasn't up late. You know what I mean? Like I had gone to bed at 9:30, 10 o'clock or whatever it was, and so it's like I didn't earn the right to sleep in. Like it's so stupid. I don't know why I'm like that. It's dumb. But that's just how I am. And when it comes to like long breaks, vacations and stuff, it's the same way. Oh, he got loose in front of me bad. Damn it, I caught that freaking inverse and got me all out of whack. Yeah, nice run, Bruce. Yeah. Had I not climbed the wall trying to get around that guy in front of me, I maybe could have. Bruce, what were you burning point on your fuel? I was doing 0.5 on my average. Okay, that was about what I got. Yeah, that's coming out to 15 gallons. Yeah, me too. No. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with 15 gallons. Man, I can't catch Jake now. Jake's fast now, dude. I don't know why the car wants to push to the wall so bad on the straights. Everyone is fighting it. Yeah, that's just because the crossweight, Zach, that everyone's got here. Um, I'm fighting it, and I'm gonna try to fix it because with this fuel, it's gonna be even worse. It's gonna be way worse. I'm gonna actually take the. Oops. Let's see, where's this gonna be as the fuel burns off? 13. Okay. So, inch and a half. No, not an inch and a half. 12.6 to 13.2. So 0.6, half an inch. We're gonna gain a half an inch. Trying to see how this thing's going to balance out as the fuel burns off. Because I don't want to have too much tilt in it. thinking with this fuel. I'm gonna tie that left rear shock down until we burn some fuel off. Fastest lap of your heat, Tommy. Yeah, it was pretty good once I got it up to speed. The thing that I'm wondering is that if I so that's 80 pounds that I'm losing with fuel. Oh yeah, what's that? I could definitely do that. I can do a midget paint for you and put a Tesla logo on there where it says Toyota instead. I will definitely do that. Yeah, 80 pounds. I almost want to try a different gear just to see. Let's try it. We running warm up, Tony? Okay. $15. Zach, that's with the 468 in it. I was running a 447 in the heat race. I'm only trying the 468 with the fuel, so you might want to try the 447. Because I don't know how it's going to be with this gear. I already told him. He knows. And Zach, if it's too loose, decrease the left rear rebound on the shock. You're going to want to, as the fuel burns off, you're going to want to decrease it anyways. Yeah, I got that in too. You know, it's going from 5 to 15 pounds or 15 gallons. It's 80 pounds more in fuel. That's the thing, yeah. Yeah, we went shorter, more RPMs. I think I'm gonna run the 47 actually. See if it'll come in towards the end of the race. I did increase the left rear rebound with that fuel, and it did help. Only problem is if you go down to that very bottom and you don't hit that line correct and you got to lift with this 47, you are done. Yep, good luck, everybody. All right. Let's see if we can finish tonight. I'm running the 47, Zach. I'm running the 447. That's what I'm going to run. And you got that. I got him. And you guys, just so you know, Jared is also getting an EOL. He's got the hot shoe rule. He's won the last 2 races, so he'll be going to the back as well. All right, here we go. All right, good luck, fellas. Good luck, Zach. Gotta power brake it just to get this motor wound up with this freaking gear. Bruce, you have the pace laps hotkeyed, right? Pure talent. Alright, let's get some green flag laps in here. Dang it. Tail swinging for the fences. Best way to pass people is run where they aren't. Come on. Let's get some green flag racing. Funny you say that, Kale. I literally just watched that movie last week. Oh no. Alright. I can catch these guys, man. We can stay green. Change those shocks. That should help me some. Yeah, Zach and the wall, man, just not doing good tonight. You gotta be really careful with these things. No, for no matter what your setup is, these cars always want to shoot to the wall. They just want to shoot straight to the wall, man. So. Yeah, I usually have to hit F2 first. My wife always asks me why I want to go get blizzards after these races, and I always tell her it's because of kale. That's right. Nah, she'd be pissed then. There we go. That feels better. Jared, you are not getting around me, man. Dang it! I was gonna say, I think it's more of a slider line than just on the bottom. He's been running kind of a bottom slider line type of deal because he was behind me there for a couple laps. Yeah. Aw, Kale, I gotta let you back by. I think the fast line is top 1 and 2 and slider 3 and 4. That seems to be where I'm getting them. Because when I ran the top in 1 and 2, I drove around Kale in 1 and 2. That sucks. That we had just another half a lap, I would have kept that spot. I was actually catching those guys in front of me. Yeah. Yeah, we were there. You could have thrown a blanket over us. Yeah. Kale got it. Bruce, when you hit it, you weren't past the flag stand yet, so it shortened it by from the previous to the 2, because it said it minus 1 lap or something like that. Yeah, because I saw the thing say that you had shortened it and it went to 2 to green. Oh, you're good. You're fine. I've been power braking. Oh! I didn't wreck you, did I, Bruce? Okay, good. Thank you. God dang it. I just slid it a little too hard, man. God dang it. That sucks. I'm running NIS tomorrow night, Devin. Is when I'm going to run NIS. So, yeah, I'll be running NIS tomorrow night. This weekend, I got to do insider stuff. I haven't done any insider stuff this whole week. The, the leach field at my folks' house, because they're on a septic system, the leach field went bad, and so I've spent this whole week digging trenches. You know, 4 or 5 inches wide, 2 feet deep, like 200 feet of trenches. Had to, I had a ditch witch to dig them initially, and then I used a hand shovel to clean them all out. Then I had to get drain rock, like gravel, like half-inch to 3/4 inch gravel, and drop, put it in there, so much of it, and then hook the pipe up and lay the pipe, and then I still gotta put the last bit of gravel and dirt on top of it. So, yeah, it's been a long week. So yeah, I'm way behind on stuff. So, oh, sad. Yeah. It's it was a good reminder of why I didn't like construction. As I was doing it this week, I was like, God, I remember why I was a drug addict when I did construction. the only the only way I could do it was when I was high. So uh, There was probably some black flags. Yeah. But yeah, Devin, I'm gonna run NIS tomorrow night. The 9 p.m. Eastern one is the one I'm gonna run tomorrow night. So I'm gonna live stream it too. Hopefully we can finish the race since it's not Daytona. But the um the setup that I built. Um the setup that I built for the insiders, it was crazy because I had like Jeremy had went out and done a bunch of test runs. Keep in mind, I had ran, you know, hundreds and hundreds of laps when I built it. Um, and I did like a couple of different sessions. I always try to do a couple of different sessions, and I let iRacing generate the weather and the track state and stuff because they have kind of like a box that they're gonna use for those races based on the date and the time and all that stuff like that. So I had done it and got it built, and everything felt really good. And Jeremy had gone out and tested and sent me his data, and everything looked good. Well, then a couple of other people had been running and testing, and apparently when the wind was like high wind, like 10, 12 miles an hour or higher, after the fuel burned like I don't know, like 8 to 10 gallons, if the wind was like 12 to 12, 13 miles an hour or something like that, the car would actually go into the corner, and the wind was lifting up the back end of the car, and the diffuser was stalling out, and the car was losing downforce. It was crazy. And so they were telling me this, and one of them was David. He was like, hey man, that thing, when it's really windy, it's getting really, really loose. So I went and did some more testing, um, and I put the wind up to like 15, 16 miles an hour, and ran it, and then made a bunch of changes on it. Not a bunch of changes. I made like 2 or 3 changes on it. So it'll be better when the fuel burns off if it's high wind. And then took it and tested it again with low wind, and it worked for that too. So I put the updated one out today. So that was the craziest thing, man. I've never had the wind affect the setup that much before. Never. Like I've had obviously temperature, track state, wind will affect it some, but never to where it was literally like lifting up stalling out the diffuser. Like that was crazy. So if I'm available on Sunday morning, Devin, but to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to be available. That's one of the main reasons I'm going to do tomorrow night. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Legacy? I'm doing good, man. How you doing? Finally getting to do some racing this week. I haven't got to race all week long. Between all the work around the house that I've been having to do, and my son's baseball practices. we are going to hop out of here because I need some practice in the non-wing. Oops, this is because I got to get some practice in the non-wing sprint cars at Bristol. Because I don't have any. I did 3 laps to get the picture that I put up for the thumb for this live stream, and that was all I did. So I need to get a couple laps in. Are these hosted? Evan, these are my league. This is my league, the National Auto Racing Club. We run narc runs Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights. Next season, I'm probably going to add Monday nights to the league as well. It'll be adding probably the asphalt side. So, yeah, it's league races. What is your thought on next Thursday qual series? So next Thursday we've got league. I don't know what time the qual series is. And next Thursday we're going to be running the asphalt sprint cars at IRP. So I'll have to see, man. Get some practice laps in here so I can see if I can get around the track in this thing better than I did that midget at hitting the freaking wall. Whoa! Burning 0.7 a lap? Damn. That's crazy. That's going to be 21 gallons. God dang. I think I want to stiffen this all up. There we go. I felt just a little too soft to me. "9 p.m. at Las Vegas." Howdy from the East Coast. What's up, Roy? How's it going, man? Howdy from the West Coast. Here in Northern California, the Valley, the armpit of the United States. No, it was 40 minutes. Hey, what's up, Scott? How's it going, man? Damn wall. When it's got all that fuel, man, that thing just wants to just keep on sliding to the wall. I think I'm going to... I think I'm going to reverse those bars and try that real quick. Because with all that fuel, man, that thing just slides. Yeah, it's been pretty good, Scott. Been busy, but a lot of stuff going on. But hey, you know, it's life. What are you gonna do? So. Just adapt and move forward. That's way too loose now. Just poking around in any file, just saying, did you know there is a fuel data file that tracks fuel burned each lap instead of race laps? Yeah, I did, Devin. I just don't mess with that one. Love your channel, bro. Very good. Oh, thanks, Brad. I appreciate it, man. New baby is taking up my free time. No joke about that, Scott. And I'll tell you one thing, Scott, is it doesn't get better. It's not like you'll be like, oh, hey, they're getting older now. I'm going to have more time. No, doesn't happen. Wrong. Doesn't happen. They just doesn't stop. Doesn't stop. I don't have a 410 Bristol set with the new car, and so I took Greg's Insider set that he did from Charlotte, and I'm trying to modify it to fit this track. Let's see how this works. I don't want to build something from scratch right now. And I thank you for all your help, man. Yeah, no problem, Brad. That's why I do it, man. You know? I I know that, it's funny because a lot of my family, I mean my wife included, um, even my my business mentor, a lot of people like they don't understand this stuff, and they're just like, I cannot believe that people, you know, are that into sim racing and stuff like that. And it's like, dude, first of all, it's awesome, right? Like, if you love racing, sim racing's great, right? Because we all can't go out and, you know, the vast majority of us, we can't go out and buy a sprint car. You know what I mean? This is the closest thing that I'll ever have to running a sprint car. You know what I mean? And is it close to the real thing? No, it's not, but it's something. And for me, the biggest thing for me, the reason why I love sim racing so much is just competition. That's the one thing that I miss the most about being an athlete. And keep in mind, I haven't been an athlete in a very long time. I mean, it's been a long time. When I blew out my knee and I was 17, 18 years old. I mean, it's been a long time. Now I raced for years after that and worked on race teams and stuff. And that was always the way that I got my competition fix. Like, I love competing. I love it. And that's the thing I love about sim racing. And so if I'm gonna do it, right, like, I want to have fun and stuff like that. Like, that's why we all signed up. But I also want to compete and be competitive and stuff. And we want this to be as close to the real thing as possible. And the crazy thing is that in real life, it's hard. You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard. This stuff is difficult. I always use the example, like, you look at like a NASCAR, like the Xfinity series or the next gen car, right? The cup car or the truck or something like that. Like, they employ teams of engineers on those things. So, like, there's a lot that goes into it. Now, luckily, we don't need to have teams of engineers, but it's a lot of stuff, and most people don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, most people don't want to come on and spend, last week I spent 30 34 34 hours, about 34 hours building setups for the insider program. People don't want to do that, right? Like, that's because that's just testing. You know what I mean? Like, you want to hop on and race. Like, that's the thing. So anytime somebody says like, "Hey man, thank you, I like what you're doing," like, that's what it's worth it to me, because I know how frustrating it was for me when I got on the sim. Because when I found this, I was like, "This is incredible," and then I started doing it, and I'm like, "This freaking sucks. What the hell? Why can't I figure this out? Why can't my car go straight?" You know what I mean? Just. Ugh. So I'm glad this stuff helps, man. I really am. It it's the whole reason we started doing this. So I'm glad it helps you, man. I really am. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Bristol, neither, Echo. I only really enjoy um the big blocks and like the late models here at Bristol. Non-wings aren't bad. The non-wing sprint cars aren't bad here at Bristol. They're okay, but everything else I'm not really a fan of. Um do notice the cars loading up on the front end. I hope that makes some sense. Which cards you talking about, Scott? Because yeah, there are a couple that are doing that. Oh, right on, Brad. I'm glad to hear that, man. I mean, that's cool that you're gonna become a member. Like, that's awesome. You know. Like I really appreciate it. But like I said, I'm just glad that the stuff's helping you, man. Like I really am. So that's always been my thing, you know. The business, all the business side does is allow me to have the time to help as many people as possible. Like that's the whole reason we started the business side. So so yeah, I'm glad that it helps you, man. What do you run, Brad? Been running more 360 non-wing. Oh, well, Scott, the okay, so the front end loading up on the cars with the non-wings is because the left what's happening on these cars now is that the rear ends are so hooked up. The moment that you get off throttle even a little bit, that front end comes down because basically the front you're carrying the front tires, especially the left front on these things. You're basically carrying them now because that right rear is so hooked up. So all dirt. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I love dirt, man. I still love it, although I've been doing way more asphalt stuff now. I do still enjoy dirt. I'll never stop doing dirt. Um, but yeah, I love it all, man. I do. I love the dirt. I love the asphalt side. I love the road racing side. I love it all, man. So it's great. Trying to figure trucks out so I can help you in the insider program, but might be a while. Yeah, Devin, the NASCAR stuff is complex. I just finished the motec workbook today for the trucks. Um this will actually be this is the one that goes it'll this one will actually go on sale tomorrow. This truck workbook. So I just finished it up today. So it has everything on here. I got to record I'm doing a training video. Each workbook comes with a training video breaking everything down, how I use it, what it all means, how to use it, what to do with it, stuff like that. And I just finished the truck one today. Because my personal workbooks are kind of like a mishmash, meaning like they're very there's a lot of stuff in there that doesn't need to be in there, and it'll basically just confuse people because anytime I experiment with a new math or something like that, if it doesn't work, I'll create a new one. I just keep going and going and going until it works, but I don't get rid of the old ones. I just leave them all in there. So you'll see like 10 things that'll say like dynamic load, dy load, dy underscore load, dy load 2, dy load 3. And you'll be like, what the hell am I looking at? You know what I mean? And so I've had to go back and kind of clean everything up and get it all lined out correctly and stuff like that. And I just got this truck one today. I opened my mouth last week and said that I would be selling my asphalt motec workbooks, and then these leach lines went out, and I've been doing that all week long. So I've been trying to get these done in the mornings before I've been out there digging, and I got the truck one done today. The Xfinity, the super late model, and the next gen will be done here in the next 2 to 3 days. The truck will go up tomorrow. The other ones will be available probably Sunday at the latest. So yeah, I got to get all those done. But the truck one, man, like this right here, if I didn't have this, like last week at California, it took me hour. I mean, it took me a long time. 12 hours, 14 hours. Like, I mean, it took me like 12 hours, something like that, to build the the truck setup for California. And um, if I didn't have this, it would take twice as long. So we will clear that, Geo. If you get a black for that, we will clear that. Like when a couple of cars got tangled up on the restart and Jake got turned over and a couple of guys got black flags, like we will clear that. If that is how you get a black flag, we will clear that. Just ask us and we will clear it. We just tell everybody, please note that we review the races. So if somebody jumps the start, intentionally, and they're like, "Hey, man, I got a black, because this happened," and we go back and find that out, then it'll be a penalty. But no, man, if something like that happens, just ask us. We'll gladly clear that because we don't want people getting a black flag for avoiding an incident. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, we will clear those. Yeah. No, yeah, definitely, man. Just let us know. And if you get a black like that at a track like Bristol, because it's a NASCAR track, you just get kicked out of the server. If you run too long with the black flag, they just DQ you and bounce you out the server. We don't do that. iRacing does that like on its own. So yeah, man. If it's a situation like that, let us know. We'll clear that. Taking baby steps. Yeah, Brad, that's the best thing to do is take baby steps. I don't know if they're gonna give the Tundra a facelift or not, Devin. The what year was that came out? Is that 18 or 19? Let me see. I thought the Tundra was a 2000. Well, let me see. Oh no, the Tundra was 2015. The Silverado got updated in 19. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if they will or not. The thing is, Devin, is that if it's been updated in real life, then iRacing will eventually do it. I mean, the NASCAR stuff is iRacing's bread and butter. Like, that's what pays the bills. You know what I mean? It really is. Dirt, road racing, rallycross, stadium trucks, like all of that stuff is cool, but that's just icing on the cake. The NASCAR stuff is what pays the bills. So they're usually really on top of that. So if the Toyota Tundra's been updated in real life, like if they've got a new version of it, then I imagine eventually it will be updated. I do. So, Devin, you're not hurting yourself not having motec. You can be fast without motec. Motec is just a huge time saver. That's all it is. It's just a huge time saver, man. The only thing that motec, like I tell people, like, look, you really need motec is for ride heights, getting the splitter down. That's the main thing. Um, other than that, like it's been. How the hell did I fail tech? Other than that, it's actually I want to move that right rear end some more. It's just a time saver. You don't have to have it to be fast. I can build setups without motec. In fact, when I'm building setups, I don't look at motec. I look at motec at the very beginning when I am setting my ride heights and figuring out my front springs, and then I don't look at it again until I get the truck the way I want it, or the car, till I get the car to feel good, and then I use motec to fine tune everything from my shocks, my loads, my tire wear, all that stuff like that. So you don't have to have it. Like I said, it's just a time saver. This does not feel good at all right now. I gotta try to run something else. That feels much more stable. Except for that. Whoa! All good. I can get under that slick in 1 and 2. Stay off the shelf. There we go. That's better. God, I don't know, man. This thing just does not feel good. Yeah, good luck. You know what? Let's go. The trucks are a little bit different, Devin. I need to make a truck setup guide. Damn. Yeah, Devin, I need to make a truck one because the trucks are so unique because you're coil binding the front springs, and that's a really hard thing for people to wrap their heads around. When I talk about saving time with motec, that right there is a huge time saver because I've created maths in motec that tell me how much more I have to go with the springs to coil bind it. It's specifically the left front, like the left front's the one you really want to make have coil bound. And when you're just testing back and forth, like you have to keep, like you'll adjust, you'll go from like a 340 to a 350 with the left front, and you'll reset the right height, and you go out and test, and it's bottoming out. And it's like, damn it. So then you come back in, you put it back to 340 and reset the right height, and then you go out and test, but now it's too high. So then you have to adjust the preload and like all these different things, change the deflection amount and stuff. So it's its own, it's like its own thing, man. It's really unique. You know, like the Xfinity cars, you don't have to do that because you're not coil binding them. They've got the shock springs. The next gen car is completely different because they're coilovers. Um, it's all independent suspension, so like they're just super different than the trucks. So yeah, I need to do a setup guide for the trucks. I've had quite a few people ask me for that, so I need to just do it and get it done. If I had the time, I would do it tomorrow. I don't have the time though. Hope maybe I can get it done on like Monday or two. Well, no, Monday and Tuesday I have work. So yeah, we'll see. I'll try to get it done. You know what I'll do is I'll do it. I'll put it together while I'm building this week's insider setup for Las Vegas. So I'll do it then. I'll write everything out and then I'll kind of just do the steps that I'm doing. I'll record it so that way I've got it, and then I'll edit it and put it together and put the setup guide out so that way everyone can get it. So people can download it and then they'll have it. I don't know if I want more stagger or less stagger, man. I'm so Yes, please, I will pay. No, Devin, the setup guides will be free. They're free. I put those out for free. I had a guy who put a thing in the comment, was like, what did he say? Something like, free my ass, get over yourself, or something like that. And I was like, it's a free setup guide. Like, what are you talking about? How is it not free? I don't get it. So he must have meant because you have to sign up on the free membership. But that's how you. I mean, you have to use your email because that's your username. So. Well, that just takes time, Devin. To learn it, it just takes time, man. That's all it is. I spent, before we started doing the insider program on the asphalt side, I spent 2 seasons learning the cars behind the scenes. I did a full season where I was building free setups and putting them out and letting people race them and try them and stuff like that. And then we started doing the insider stuff. I did not do it until I had had 3 seasons of experience on them. It just takes time, man. I mean, that's all it is. It just takes time. So, you know, the thing with the trucks is, and the trucks are a lot like the Xfinity in the sense that it's all about the aero platform. You know, you got to get that aero platform correct so you can get the front splitter down and get the sides down. And once you can figure that out on the front end, everything else is all about handling. It's just getting the car dialed in to handle good for you. You know, if you need the car to kind of roll better through the corners, and adjust the track bars. If you need the car to kind of, you know, to like plant and, you know, drive through the corner better, then you're going to increase the, you know, you'll increase the rear spring split. You know, it's just stuff like that. It's just a matter of just doing it. Just turning laps, practicing, testing. Well, I can't give you tips on how to not get burnt out, because that's something that is individual based. You know what I mean? You just have to have a desire to do it. You know what I mean? Like that's just all there is to it. I don't know what else to say. Even if I wasn't doing this as a business, like I would still be doing what I'm doing. I wouldn't be doing it as much because I mean, I couldn't justify to my wife, hey, I need to spend 12 hours a day sim racing, right? Just cause, you know, that just wouldn't fly. But you know, for me, I love that stuff. I love figuring it out. I love trying to learn it. Like I just geek out on it, you know. I mean, I was like that in real life too, you know what I mean? Like I loved setting up race cars and trying different things, you know. It used to drive my buddy crazy when we were working on sprint car, because I'd be like, hey man, we always run this base setup, why don't we try something different? He's like, no, this works. I'm like, I know, but this might work better, let's try it. You know what I mean? Like I love doing that stuff. Because you're not. Huh. That scared me. Whoa! Ah! Oh, I'm broken. Broke my car. Damn it. God dang it, my car's like crab walking. Like knock my rear end out or something. Damn it. Get off the track. Damn it. I'm like lost right now with this thing here. I'm just not comfortable at all. Are you still going to be coming out with the video on those new wheel settings you mentioned? Yeah, Seth, that's the video tomorrow. That's tomorrow's Fast Friday video, is the wheel settings. Yeah. Because the centering spring and stuff like that on these wheels, a lot of people don't know about them. They usually just get the drivers and then they run the default and then they just do the stuff in iRacing and they don't realize that there's a lot of other things that have an effect on their steering. So yeah, that's tomorrow's Fast Friday video. Yep. Devin, you know how I learn a car? Even if it's a car that I already know. Even if it's a car I already know. So take the Wing sprint cars, for example, right? When they came out with the update, I just literally start going right down the list. I go to a track. I usually find one of my test tracks, something like a Lanier or a Lernerville, like a intermediate sized track, right? Usually going to have two different shaped corners and is, got some banking. And I'll go there and I'll get just a base, just straight up base setup. Nothing special about it. You know what I mean? No turns in any of the corners, running like 10 and a quarter bars up front with thousands in the rear, or maybe even 10 and a quarters all the way around. Wheel spacing, you know what I mean? Like, just everything's vanilla. I just find the most baseline setup I can. And then I go through, I'll run, I'll put like 8 gallons in it, 10 gallons in it. I'll go out and I'll run 10 laps. And then I come in and I make a change. And I'll make the change to the extreme. So I'll take the right rear and I'll move it from 1750 to 19 or however far out I can run it. And I'll go out there and run it. And when I'm done running it, I come in and I have a spreadsheet and I just type on there right rear wheel spacing, increased it, and boom, this is how the car felt. Loosen it up all the way through the turn. Okay, that's the same. So now let's put that back to 1750, and now we're going to move it all the way in and go out and run it in. And I literally go through every single thing like that. And that's how I do it. When I did the big blocks, and the dirt late models a couple seasons ago, and I put out that setup guide for the dirt late models and the big blocks, I turned like 1,000 laps with those cars. And it was doing that same thing where I was making a change, going out and running laps. I would run laps around the top, the middle, the bottom, write it down, record the data. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how you do it. Like, that's how you learn what those things do. And then what happens is once you've got an idea of what those do, then you can go out and you start making changes on stuff to where you'll know what change is, what it is that you're looking for, right? So if we look at that, let's take the trucks, for example, okay? If you've got a truck, all right, let's say you're building your setup for Las Vegas next week, and you go out and you're running, and that thing starts off good, okay? But at the end of the run, it gets tight, okay? Well, really simple, all right? We can look at the tires and see, all right, man, we're burning up the right front. Well, if I'm burning up the right front, that is because my truck is pushing. It's tight, okay? So I need to loosen the truck up. Well, how can you loosen it up? Well, you can loosen it up a bunch of different ways. We can do that with the track bars. We can do it with the truck arms. We can do it with the springs. There's a bunch of ways that you can do it. Well, when you go through and you test like I did, each individual thing, you learn that, hey, there's different kinds of loose, right? So on the trucks, for example, if you are coming out of the corner and that truck feels like it's just wanting to slide around on you, that type of loose, that's your track bars. If you're coming out of the corner and you're on throttle and the car feels like it's wanting to drive around, like it's got grip back there, but it's wanting to drive around, that's your springs. That's your right rear spring. So that's kind of how you learn those things. And like I said, it just takes time, man. I mean, that really is it. It just takes time. I'm going to cover IRFFB in it as well. Even though I don't use IRFFB anymore, I am going to cover that, Seth. So, yeah, I'm going to cover that as well, because I don't use it anymore, but I'm going to cover why I don't use it and how you can still use it. So, because, yeah, I stopped using it. I shouldn't say I don't use it at all anymore. There's times I'll throw it on still. Like, I'll throw it on every once in a while. But for the most part, yeah, I stopped using it. VJoy kept screwing up in my system, man. I don't know what happened. Why all of a sudden it was just, like, incompatible. Like, it just, like, stopped working. It was driving me nuts. So, I just got rid of VJoy, man, because it was messing things up. Now I can throw on IRFFB and just use the telemetry one instead of the direct one. And I don't notice the lag. I know there's supposed to be some lag there, but I don't really notice it. Thank you. Is the guideline on track a useful tool? You talking about the driving line? Oh my god. That was bad. Dude, I'm all over the place in this thing. What the hell? I go a couple of weeks without running non-wing Thursday, and now it's like I forgot how to drive these cars. Why is this thing doing that? That thing just, like, rolled up on the right rear like that. It's like biked over. What the hell? I'm just gonna throw a freaking. I'm gonna throw a 1050 just straight setup in it. Yeah, driving line. Okay, so with the driving line, yes, the driving line can help if you go to a track that you're unfamiliar with. Absolutely. Now, I don't recommend only running that line because if you look at like California, for example, Auto Club Speedway, um, there's times at that track where you want to be up on the wall. Like the fast line is on the wall. And then there's times you want to be running the bottom where you're like swooping down all the way down to the white line and then coming all the way back up. Depends on the track state, your setup, your tire wear, like all those things matter. So it's a good way to kind of learn the track, maybe the braking points if the track has braking points, but you don't want to live and die by that line. No. Yeah, James, being consistent is what matters. As you can see, the last couple weeks I have not ran the non-wing stuff with my son's practice, and it shows because I haven't practiced at all neither in these cars, and it shows. I'm driving like crap right now. VJoy completely crashed my PC one day and never worked again. I disabled GJoy and I just run the 360 telemetry now. Seems to be running much better without VJoy. Yeah, yeah, James, you're right. The setup strategy is you're exactly right. You just need to be comfortable. I gotta see if I've got my. I don't have a Bristol base. Yes, it ever since they started adding like the F1 game and these other games, it seems like they've totally screwed up the fuel calculator. I don't even have it on in the garage anymore because it doesn't even work. Okay, we're gonna go with that. I cannot for the life of me get a handle on the non-wing, but not gonna stop trying. The thing with the non-wing is, James, and it's I'm getting what I deserve in this car tonight because I didn't practice or anything like that, and I haven't driven it. Um, the thing with this car is all about your throttle. It really is. Getting the feeling of the wheel and controlling that throttle and holding that angle, like that's the key with this car. And once you can do that, then you're good, man. You're really good. When you say spreadsheet, do you have a notebook in real life? No, Devin, I create just like Google Sheets. And then I go through, type all that stuff in there, just make a bunch of notes, and then I'll usually create the setup guide, and then I just get rid of the notes because now I've got it written down in the setup guide. So, plus a lot of stuff is just in my head. You know, I have a ton of stuff that I just keep in my head. I should probably do a better job of keeping notes and stuff like that. But yeah, I just do like a Google spreadsheet, a Word document, something like that. right, here we go. Let's see if we can just finish this race. Oh yeah, I still have that. If you look behind me on the bottom shelf of that stand back there, you'll see a like a binder. Well, let me make the. There's on the third shelf down, you'll see a like a black, like a frame with something in it. That's the first check that I ever, the first check that I, like, first money I ever made from a race, a sim race. It was only like 30 bucks, but I was like, hey, this is kind of cool, so I just put that in a frame. And the thing behind it is the binder, and that's from Jimmy Sill's School of Open Wheel Racing. That's the binder that I got from that school, and it breaks everything down in there. The thing that I got from him. Yeah. Can I borrow it sometime? No, sorry, man. If you live down the street, Devin, I would say yeah. But I'm not shipping that thing out anywhere. You can't get him anymore. Jimmy don't do the school no more. Hey, what's up, David? Do you think you can buy ones like it? I don't know if you can buy that one of Jimmy Seals. And honestly, it wouldn't help you much on the asphalt side. It wouldn't help you much because he talks about sprint cars and midgets and you know, wing sprints in it. And he gives like specific things for that. The stuff when he talked about the physics and you know, the vehicle dynamics, when I learned about that stuff in his class, that was just him talking to us, like telling me that stuff, the way weight transfer and stuff like that. And that's not in the book. That was just stuff that I learned just up here. But there's books out there on vehicle dynamics and stuff like that. You can find them. I know there is, because I've seen them before. Let's see if I can actually do a search real quick. Luckily, I can type pretty well without looking. Let's see. Fundamentals of Vehicle Dynamics on Amazon for $32. There you go. So yeah, I mean, you can find them. They're out there. You might want to do a search on like race car vehicle dynamics, you know, something like that. But yeah, they're out there. Just watched a 5-hour video from the owner of Hyper Racing that talked all about vehicle dynamics, specifically for micros and midgets. It was super informative. The guy from Hyper Racing knows his stuff. He really does. He's one of the few people, you know, it's funny, he's one of the few people that actually understands the way that that load transfer works and stuff like that. Most people think because a car like rolls over, that it's like hooked up on the right rear, and that's not the way that it works. Weight transfer and load, it's two different things. I always talk about there's a difference between like weight transfer and applied force, right? So you can take 1,000 pounds of weight, right, and you can transfer that to the left rear. That does not mean that you have 1,000 pounds applied to the left rear tire, though, to the contact patch. It doesn't. If you've got a super soft bar on the left rear, for example, or a super soft spring, that weight is being absorbed by the corner. It's not being applied to the tire. That's not the way that it works. So most people, they think of it backwards. When you look at a wing sprint car, so a wing sprint car, for example, on dirt, when the track slicks off, most people would think that, oh, hey, the track slicks off, the car doesn't wing over as much. No, actually, it does. When the track slicks off, the car wings over even more, because when the track's slick and you go into the corner, you're not getting that side bite, that lateral weight shift, because there's no side grip. And when you go into the corner and the thing wings over and you're on a tacky track, it catches, right? And that's what causes it to stand back up. On a slick track, it wings over and it just stays winged over. And a lot of people get that stuff confused. That guy from Hyper Racing is one of the few people that I've actually seen talk on that stuff and really know what he's talking about. Like, really, truly understand it. There's a lot of people that I've seen online who talk about, you know, springs and shocks and stuff like that, and they really have no idea what they're talking about. They have no clue what they're talking about. They, you know, and that's kind of the internet in general. You know, there's a lot of people like that where they go out and they'll watch a video or they read a book and then they think that they're an expert on it. And it's like, no, man, you know, like there's a lot of stuff that you're missing or has got to go into that. Like that guy from Hyper Racing, the reason why I like that guy, because I've actually read some of his stuff before, he's super knowledgeable, is he has an insane amount of data and testing and everything to back up the stuff that he talks about. So yeah, he's really good, man. He knows his stuff. And the thing is that vehicle dynamics on a micro are the same thing as vehicle dynamics on a full-size sprint car or on a Formula One car. The laws of physics are absolute. It doesn't matter what you're driving. That's the way that it is. You know what I mean? So that would be, like Devin, that would be someone to check out. You know, he's going to be talking about dirt stuff, but that would be someone to check out. I don't know where that video is. Like I said, I haven't watched the video. I've only read a couple of his articles, but that would be a guy to check out because he knows his stuff, man. I remember one time Shay had, there was I think he put out something on, it must have been Shocks. It had to be on Shocks. Because Shay sent me a message one time. He's like, dude, can you please explain this? He's like, I've read this thing 10 times. And he's like, he's like, this sounds right, but I feel more confused or something like that. And so I was like, yeah, what is it? And he sent it to me and I read it. And then I kind of explained it to him and he was like, oh, that makes sense. I mean, like when it comes to the shocks now, especially on like the wing sprint car, like Shay's phenomenal at it, man. Like he can dial in a car with shocks. Like really good. So yeah, that guy's got a lot of good stuff out there, man. Well, now that you said that, I'm glad I didn't waste 5 hours. No, you didn't, James. That guy, he's very smart, man. He knows his stuff. He knows what he's talking about. See, those are the types of people that I don't know who I don't know who creates the physics for iRacing, but like on the dirt side, like those are the types of people that we need as like a tester or something. Like iRacing needs to take it to this guy and be like, hey man, is this correct? Does this look right? Because that guy uses motec. He uses motec data. You know, I mean, those micros, dude, those guys are insane. Like, dude, those cars are $50,000, man. It's insane the amount of money they're dropping on those things now. Heck with this technology, it's driving me nuts. Yeah, David, but that, you know, I talk about it all the time, man. The days of Suitcase Jake, you know, grabbing a spring and putting his, you know, sitting down on it and being like, this feels good, put it in the right front, like those days are gone. Racing has just evolved so much. Oh! All good, man. That was dumb for me to go up top like that. This thing does not feel good up there at all. Whoa! Damn apron. Yeah, you've got that top working, Jake. Yeah, you're right, David. It's still a race car. It's just got more bells and whistles to it. You're right. That's what I was telling Devin a little while ago, you know, uh, you can be fast, just as fast as anybody, without having to use motec. You know what I mean? Like, motec just saves me time. I can build a setup without motec. I don't have to use that. It just saves me time. You know? So, you're right. At the end of the day, it's still a race car. Sometimes on dirt, it seems like they don't do the repairs, even though you need them. Like, I don't know if it's because it's like something that can't be fixed or what, but hey, you probably can, Bruce. I'm pretty horrible right now. Ah, damn it, I caught the apron. This thing sticks to the bottom a lot better using the brake. Should have been doing this a long time ago. Yeah, I didn't figure out to the last 2 laps that hitting the brake for a split second actually made the car stick better on the bottom. Considering I started last, I'll take it, even though most of the people I passed were because they wrecked. I got it. Pictures are good, guys. Nice race. Nice run, Zach. Oh, I just said I would save it. I almost did not say it. Put the track the track conditions, Brandon, at 50%, and then just use what did you put for weather? So put for time of day, just put yeah, default weather and put sunset. That's what we're gonna be running at. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Don't make me wrong. What you do saves a lot of time and have to blow a lot less whistles and ring a lot less bells. Yeah, it does. But and look, the thing is though, David, is that even and this was something that I was trying to explain to somebody a couple days ago. Um, even with all that, it's still there's still no guarantee that things are going to be perfect. You know what I mean? Like look at what happened with the next gen setup at California. You know what I mean? I had done two different test sessions. I spent like like 15 16 hours um on that thing. On the asphalt sprint cars, I literally run baseline. I mean, even those sprint car guys that run, that every week or whatever, they're yeah. No, no. For the most part, just I've been running base, and then if you're having a little problem, with throttle, go one click in terms of like a taller gear that might help you. Especially at a place like IRP, just because you're going to be running the top, middle to high line at IRP. But other than that, yeah, man, it's pretty much just base, and then maybe you can tweak your tire pressures for adjustments. Like I might make at most maybe a small shock adjustment or something like that, but for the most part, I don't really touch anything else with those cars. It's all about just throttle control with them things. I am going to test them this next week leading up to it. So if I figure anything out, I'll definitely share it with you guys. Um, but yeah, look at the setup. You know what I mean? And a couple of people uh were talking about it being loose. You tell me about the wind. You know what I mean? I go and I test it, and it's like, oh my god, that thing's losing fuel, and the wind is lifting the rear end up off the track. Like it was crazy. You know what I mean? And so I made those adjustments. I put that updated setup out today, So there's always something that can be there that can throw a wrench into it. So, but that to me, that's what I enjoy. I enjoy that. I think it's fun to try to figure that stuff out. Like I nerd out on it. So, I find it fun. So, yeah. Oh yeah, Zach, you ran a hell of a race, man. I think we got it figured out. I hope so. Did you get the updated setup, David? I sent it to you, I thought. So I know I sent it to Jeremy too. I mean, I posted it in the membership website, but um, yeah, I just softened up that rear ARB arm and the diameter. I put a different combination on it and kind of reset the preload on it. Made a tweak on that as well, and went out and did a couple runs, and it felt really good. Yeah, the okay. Yeah, the asphalt sprint car at IRP is gonna be fun, man. I'm looking forward to that next week. Non-wing Thursday is gonna be a different kind of night. But yeah, next Thursday, if my son doesn't have practice, because I don't know what the coach is gonna do with practice because he changes the schedule every freaking week. We're running the asphalt sprint cars at IRP next week. That's what we're going to run. And for the midgets, we're going to be off on the midgets. We're not going to run anything for the midgets. So I'm going to probably come on and do a asphalt race before, whether it's a Xfinity or truck or something like that. And then I'm gonna run the IRP race. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It should be a lot of fun. But that's going to do it all for tonight, you guys. Thank you very much, as always, for joining me. Like I said, I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to run the NIS race tomorrow, and I'll be live streaming it, and hopefully we will have a good run. We'll get to finish the race. But that'll do it. Thank you guys very much, as always, for joining me. And until tomorrow night, good luck, good racing. Take care.